What's up, Guardians? My name is Game Guy, and today I'd like to show you tips and tricks involving the Scorch Cannon. The Scorch Cannon was introduced to the Destiny franchise in the House of Wolves DLC of Destiny 1. To quote the Grimoire card originally dedicated to the Scorch Cannon, Scorch Cannons are shoulder-mounted heavy impact weapons used by the Fallen for hull puncturing in ship-to-ship raiding parties. The Scorch Cannon uses a compressed solar furnace to focus and direct superheated rods of solar energy. Each burst is mapped to the cannon's firing matrix, allowing the wielder to hold a fired rod's charge. Release of the firing actuator triggers detonation. The longer the actuator is held, the greater the rod's explosive impact. The Scorch Cannon is considered a relic weapon, and relics, simply put, are items that appear under specific circumstances and can be picked up and used, but not equipped in any inventory slots. Another good example of a relic weapon, besides the Scorch Cannon itself, is the prism weapon found in the pleasure gardens of the Leviathan raid. Most Scorch Cannons only hold 10 shots, although a fallen captain will drop a Scorch Cannon that holds 50 shots during the first campaign mission on Nessus. Destiny 1 later introduced the Null and Shock Cannons in the Rise of Iron DLC, which dealt void and arc damage respectively. The Null and Shock Cannon functioned in the same fashion as the Scorch Cannon, with the only difference being the elemental damage types. When fired, the Scorch Cannon unleashes a volatile ball of fire that explodes upon impact. A Scorch Cannon may be used in multiple ways, but the first, and most popular, is to simply fire the Scorch Cannon as you would any other gun, and rain explosions down upon your enemies. There is, however, another way to use the Scorch Cannon. If you want a little bit more bang for your buck, you can hold down the trigger of the Scorch Cannon after firing. The explosive charge will then act similarly to that of a sticky bomb, sticking to enemies or objects, and will then begin to charge so long as you hold down the trigger. While charging, you may hear this noise cue. This noise cue indicates that the damage from the Scorch Cannon's charge has increased. The trigger may be held for a total of 3 noise cues. Note that if you hold down the trigger long enough, the Scorch Cannon's charge will explode without you releasing the trigger. If you are still holding down the trigger after that, the Scorch Cannon will fire another round, which may become frustrating if you are unaware of this. I'd like to thank my friend Sir Sunshine from PlayStation, who initially taught me about the Scorch Cannon and some of its tricks. He also made a video on the Scorch Cannon, which I will include in the description down below. I'd also like to credit several wikis I visited to help me define some of the finer points of the Scorch Cannon. That's all for this time, Guardians. Thank you for watching. This is Game Guy, signing off.